like to do big pieces with a lot of details, to live in them. I live in every pieces of my artworks. I dreaming about them. When I'm going to bed, I'm thinking about the colors, about the shapes, and the next day that I'm waking up, I have a plan to what to do next. So that's my pleasure, that's my happiness, to do little things. I don't do the artwork to finish it fast. I do it to enjoy it. I had my own gallery in Iran for about 15 years. So I had many good friends there. My students became my friends. I had some private shows, like the families, friends came. So we were happy in our family, but when we were opening the door and going out to the society, something was wrong. So what happens if you don't have that freedom to protest? Not just going to the street, even you cannot paint a painting to say something. You cannot write something in newspaper. You cannot say anything in your interviews. You cannot even write a poetry that has meaning of freedom. And I feel very bad about myself, that what kind of life is this. And then that point I decided to do this immigration, even if I lose many things, like my family behind, like my own gallery, all of my friends behind. I was worried more than myself about my daughter, and I wanted a bright and beautiful future for her. So before we won lottery to come to United States, I saw a beautiful dream about walking at the side of a like wide river, and there are those buildings at the background, and I was very happy. And then I hugged the very beautiful flower and I smelled that, and then I woke up, and then I saw a picture of Boston Harbor, and that was exactly looked like my dream. There was a customer ordered the picture, and we talked a lot that what do you want. So he was interested a lot about the marquetry, but he didn't know what he really wants. I remember that picture in my mind and suggested him, how about the Boston Harbor. We started kind of from zero, and my husband says less than zero, because we didn't know the language. So when we came here, we were people who couldn't talk, couldn't hear. So after that, we needed to work and make our life, but so our language was a challenge. But my husband, he did a good job starting. He did everything to support his family, and he started working since the first week we came here. In Iran, I had about, in my gallery, I could collected more than 200 different colors and textures of the wood. So I even had like purple wood, blue wood, like orange wood, very like bright yellow or light yellow. So I had variety of colors look like the painting colors. That does it have a good texture? Does it match with all the picture? Does it have the good shadow and light with the direction of light that goes to this picture? art is very rich. There are more than hundreds different major of handicraft and arts in Iran, which is a specific. You cannot find them in other countries or other cultures. What talented people we have in Iran, what a rich history we have, what beautiful art and music we have, but they are all hidden. They are not allowed to like show to the world, to do something. So it's really a pity. There are many talented artists in Iran that I'm nothing in compare of them. I hope all the people in Iran or other kind of countries which are dictatorship kind of country, they could have their freedom, they could say their words, they can live as they like. There is a very specific style of miniature in Iran, and the Persian people really proud of it. It's very colorful, and I am a colorful person, so I love colors. And if I be free to use all colors in a picture, I would be wow, this is fantastic. And miniature is that kind of a style. Person ordered that picture to me, wanted it for their anniversary, and that had a like very beautiful meaning for them because that was a gift for his wife, and the story at the back of it was about love. An accident happened, and my husband at his work like fall down from a very long ladder. For a few hours, I didn't know what has happened to my husband because he had concussion, and the doctors were not sure that if this concussion is very serious or it can heal. And he had like an arm broken, maybe seven uh, bones broken, just one area in his hand. 2 complete months that he was hospitalized in the hospital, and then I had to be with him. I had to take care of my daughter at the same time, and I had that artwork to finish. It wasn't just good if I make it longer or give it later. Then he could lose that beautiful time, that beautiful moment that he wanted to celebrate with his wife. So that was very hard for me to manage all of this because I wanted to be with him, and he was very upset and kind of he was scared, and because that was a very kind of bad accident. He could die on that accident, and he was very lucky to survive. I tried a lot. I told him that I need to finish this painting, and he said, I'm okay, just go and finish that. But that was hard for me to leave him alone. I could just finish that, but I didn't want to. I wanted that picture to be the best thing that I could do that time. Try to be with him when he had surgery, maybe 3 or 4 hours a day, and then I left my daughter with one of my friends for maybe 3 days sometimes, and I was going and pick up her and going to the hospital again, and I was staying awake most of the night to work on the picture.
Oh, gorgeous. Very gorgeous. Yeah, let me stand back a little bit. That's beautiful. You have a good proportion, but a good, how can I put it, ratio between the prominence of the woman and the prominence of the man. I like that he's not as prominent as she is. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Bye.
Bye, good night. Bye. Oh, we did it. He liked the picture. That was important for me because that was about love, that was about art, and I really wanted to do my best and have a good experience and make a good experience for my customer that made that order. So thanks God I could make it. You may think your color scheme is the best color of the world. You may think your culture is the best, your music is the best. Do you know why? Because you just understand those. You just see them. You hadn't seen the others yet. I'm talking about myself. When I grew up, when I studied about other cultures, when I started to see movies about them, when I started to read books about them, and finally when I could travel to United States, I found how people are close together and how their different culture are beautiful and how their different foods are delicious, how their different languages are rich and beautiful. And then that picture shows that conclusion that all people are the same. It doesn't matter the shape is different, it doesn't matter the color is different, it doesn't matter the language is different or the food is different. We are all living in this earth or in this universe. The only way that you can make others enjoy your artwork is you as an artist. enjoy it yourself. So if you can have that feeling on your piece of art, people can feel that and enjoy that. I had many artworks that I put them in trash just because I didn't like them. The murals were all different. They were coming from different artists. My family were happy and honored me to be part of this new community, American community, and could say something between these great artists. Our life has changed a lot here, and living here for us is like living in heaven. Freedom is a small word, but it has a big, huge meaning. So just with freedom of the way you think, the way you believe, and the way you live without hurting others. After 4 years, we are here. We have our own house. I have my own workshop. My daughter has anything she loves to have, and we can even support others. The only thing that I would say I'm regret about it was my mom, because I lost her for a while and then she passed away and I couldn't be with her, but I spent a while with her, then she was sick. Yeah, that's the only thing. So it's not easy. Immigration and leaving your family behind, it's not easy, and you need to repay it, in some ways. But my mom was happy for us, and that makes me happy. And beauty is not just about colors or shape or things like that. Beauty is about the meaning, about the feeling. So does your painting or drawing or whatever else handicraft can transfer a good feeling to your viewer? So if you can be that great artist to just could connect to the heart of your audience, then that could change everything in our world. We are just running for our everyday life, but there are just little times, a few times and moments that you stay and think as a human, that who am I, what I'm doing here, what I should do, where I would go, things like that, that every human, even there isn't any answer for them, you should think about that, because that makes us to live better, to care about each other, to care about the moments and the things that we can do to improve this life and to make it better for all of the human beings. So just imagine that sense that people are running and are moving, and there is a beautiful picture on the wall, and even between 100 people, one person stay and start looking at that and think about that. That could be look like a window that opens a landscape or a view in front of that person, that makes he or she think, and that is the moment of life that really works.